Tim here at the reloading bench. Okay, it's been a week since my live chat, and we talked about certain things, and the Lee Carbide factory die was one of them. I had just bought them that night, so I've had it a week. It also brought up a lot of confusion. Some of it was on my part. I was thinking that this was a bulge busting die. Lee actually makes a bulge busting die. It's kind of like a bullet seating die. You put your case in it, and it actually pushes all the way through, just like like you're sizing a bullet. It's for if you have a oversized cylinder or chamber. That's what the word I'm wanting to look for. And it brings it down to the size it should be. But now that's only for straight wall casings. It won't work on a 9mm because 9mm actually has a taper. Let's see. I should have wrote what it worked for, but 40s, 45s, and also rimless casings. No revolver type casings doesn't work for it. So here brings up my point. And I'm going to read what the little paper says that came with the die. It starts out, it says Lee Carbide factory crimp die. Factory quality reloads. Sizes cases after crimping. Trace length, trim length, not critical. Impossible to buckle case. Crimps bullets with no cantilever. Okay, and then it goes to talk about how you need a firm crimp on slower burning powders or any burning powder to, let me read it. Slow burning powders must have a firm crimp for proper ignition. Full charges of some slow burning powders, if not properly ignited, can actually leave a bullet stuck in your barrel. The factory crimper can help avoid this dangerous and embarrassing problem. You peed your pants. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? Okay. Extreme light recoil, low noise target loads are practical. Light low density charges frequently produce erratic results if the bullet is not firmly crimped. Often charges may be increased above the desired level of ensured uniform ignition. A firm crimp permits lighter charges while maintaining uniform ignition and velocities. All right, revolver cartridges are crimped with beautiful uniform row crimp formed on factory ammunition. The crimp is fully adjustable from minimum amount of maximum case life to heavy crimp that embeds the case mouth into the bullet, often needed to generate significant start pressures for slow burning magnum powders. It goes on to say many cast bullets need not be sized. Modern modes, especially those made by Lee, are held to very tight tolerances. Most bullets will function very nicely and usually give better accuracy with loaded as cast. As they fall out of the mold, this is saying they're more accurate. An occasionally oversized bullet or case with thick walls will enlarge the case and prevent chambering. Okay. The Lee Carbide factory crimper sizes the case after it is loaded. What? Oh yeah. Okay. Here's the point I want to get to. A bulge case will be sized to fit standard chambers. We certainly do not recommend knowingly loading oversized bullets. While the die will size the bullet, right here it says, the die will size the bullet and case to fit any standard chamber, the quality will suffer. The bullet will no longer be a pressed fit because the case will spring back more than the lead. So what it's saying is, when you size this, knowing that your bullet is oversized, it sizes the bullet and the casing at the same time, but the casing will expand back because it's harder than the lead, and the lead will end up being sized smaller than what it should be for proper tension on the bullet to casing. So that's something to watch. Okay. Now here's something Nathan at the reloading press said that got my attention. He said he was tired of sizing his casings and then seating a bullet and the casings look like an hourglass because the casings were sized smaller than they should be. And then when you see the bullet, it bulges out, but it's at the proper diameter that it should be. Excuse me. But the casing is already sized smaller than it should be. Okay. Now, here's where my twisted thinking comes in. If this sizes the casing, especially after it's already loaded, okay, number one, you have already sized your casing, so it's not going to size the casing. What it's doing is it's resizing if you cause a bulge or a buckle. Okay. I believe James Pollard said something in that case in one of the comments. Okay. Now to get back to my twisted train of thought. It's carbide. It's a sizing die. Why not use it to size the casing to start with, since it's at the standard cartridge size? Okay. Now, I'm going to do some measuring so you understand what I'm saying. Oh, and I just knocked him in the floor. Take that, Elvis. I dropped the whole box. Camera didn't like that. I don't like to be shouted at. Okay. Now, this is a PPU casing that was sized with an RCBS sizing die. Okay. Now, you know it ain't going to size down to a certain point. So I'm going to go above that point and I'm going to measure it. And here's my measurement. 0.373. Okay. Now, if you look in your loading manual, you will see that measurement's supposed to be 379. Look it up. It's in the loading manual. That is a standard 357 case diameter. Okay. Now, this is the part that's between the bullet and the head or the base. Okay. I'm going to measure the part up here where the bullet is. Where the bullet has already been seated. I have crimped this with the crimping die, and it has taken out the bulges. Okay, so that means it has sized it back, but now it was already sized and then a smaller size to start with. Okay, I know you're following me. I know. All right, so I'm going to measure that part. And here's what we came up with. 0.378. So that's 1,000 smaller than standard size. Right? You following me? 1,000 smaller than standard case diameter size. All right. Now, this little jewel, and it's a dummy because I'm experimenting. I want to make sure before I waste any powder or primer, I'm knowing what I'm talking about. All right. Now, this was sized with the crimping die. Okay. Because we know it resizes, according to Lee, back to a standard cartridge size. So it can be chambered in any gun with the standard size, which is 0.379. Okay. Now, I'm going to go right above base, just like I did with the other one. And that's where it was so narrow. All right. I'll lock that in. Now, I think I may have, here, hang on. I think I squeezed on it too much. Yeah, there we go. I have a light touch when using calipers. Yeah, it's still coming up with the same measurement. But anyway, over there, it's anywhere from 0.3785 to 9. So it's the standard size, according to your manuals. Or to SAMI specs. All right. Now, just like the other one, I'm going to go up here where the bullet is seating. And I'm going to measure it. There you go. 0.378. Just like the other one. But we don't have that coming down like an hourglass like Nathan explained it to be. But now I'm going to show you something interesting. I'm going to go right down below where the sizing part couldn't reach. And it is going to be between the rim and where it's sized. Okay. Here we're coming up with a 0.381. So that part did not size down. Okay. So another thing I want to talk about is, I can't believe I'm at 15 minutes already. And just me shooting the crap. Okay. Since this is sized not as small as a sizing die brings it down to, which was 0.373. Remember? All right. These bullets are 0.358. And I flared it before I seated it. But still, there was there's no pressure to put it where it needs to be seated. And then I crimped it, okay, with the crimping die. Now, with that said, I used a bullet. Now this is, it's not a thousandth, it's half of a thousandth. It's a 0.3575. Okay, you follow me? It had no resistance. No, it just fell right through. So it actually would not work. So if you're seating bullets that are 357, they're just going to fall through. It's not going to have enough tension, case tension, to hold the bullet. So if our sizing dies are smaller than what they need to be, so we can get case tension, because, you know, there is spring back. But if it's still sizing down 373, why can't they make it 377? You know, that's 2 thousandths. That ought to hold a 0.357 bullet, especially if you're going to crimp it. And that would relieve a lot of the tapering, or the, as Nathan said, hourglass shape of the casings. All right, guys, I really did not mean for this to go to 18 minutes. Tell me your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.